Hello, and thank you for tuning in to this episode of A Million Different Journeys. My name is Michael Taya. I work with the PNG Tourism Promotion Authority in Product Development and Provincial Coordination Division. This episode of A Million Different Journeys take you all the way to the host province of Mount William, one of the greatest tourism attraction sites. The Simbu province. Why it is so special? Because it is my province. And there are a lot of things that you need to know about Simbu in this episode. We are running a quiz competition based on this episode you are about to watch. There are great prizes for you to win. And to get details, please click on the link below. Thank you so much for tuning in and supporting tourism in Papua New Guinea. Feel free to go ahead and share the video. And I know you have a lot of friends that would like to watch as well. Why not you share and let them watch as well? Thank you.
The most rugged province in Papua New Guinea, rocky, mountainous, home of Mount Wilhelm, the highest peak in the country. This is the Simbu province. Hello everyone, and happy 45th Independence Anniversary of Papua New Guinea. This edition of A Million Different Journeys is all about Simbu. Simbu in the Khmer language is pronounced Sipu, and Sipu is an expression of gratitude or appreciation. We visit the people, the rugged geography of the province, and the challenges and attractions within that ruggedness. And such an environment calls for toughness, resilience, and ingenuity to carve out a world where people can call it home. Simbu is located towards the eastern end of the highlands, one of 7 provinces in that region. It borders with Madang to the north, Jawaka west, eastern highlands to the east, and southern highlands to the south. The Highlands Highway cuts across the province, running east to west, taking in the 3 districts of Shoawe, Kundiawa Gembo, and Karawagi. The other of the total 6 districts are Sinasina Yongomol, Karamoy Nomane, and Gumene. The population of Simbu is about 400,000. They concentrate in pockets of flat land or in undulating hills. A good number, however, live and garden on the sides of mountains. Against that backdrop, the Simbu people are hardworking, enterprising. They have to be to live in this part of Papua New Guinea, but also they are friendly, sociable, respectful, and above all, hardworking. Among those people is Betty Higgins, a lady of small complexion, but tough as they come. Out in a remote corner of Gembo, Betty runs a trout farm and a lodge at the base of Mount Wilhelm. The setup is a little like an oasis in the middle of almost nowhere, where basics such as good roads, electricity, and communication that others take for granted are absent.
Betty's Lodge was opened first in 1996. The lodge was built and we saw a huge potential for tourism here. There was already Japanese climbing the mountains, so we knew that there'll be a lot more coming. So we had that vision already in tourism that time, so we got that place up and going. Betty's Lodge gets mainly international tourists, and we are beginning to get local tourists now.
Tourists from all over the world and a growing number of Papua New Guineans go there. Adventure seekers and mountaineers testing their physical and endurance level, climbing Mount Wilhelm's 14,500 feet above sea level. As they ascend, this becomes their first rest. Lake Piunde and Lake Aunde are breathtaking. The summit of Mount Wilhelm is several thousand feet above the two lakes. Having climbed the mountain, many would come down to Betty's Lodge to recuperate and have the opportunity to see and buy local artifacts from the surrounding communities. Betty Higgins, her lodge and a trout farm, and the service she provides to climbers of Mount Wilhelm maintains a high level of service in their environment. She reaffirms Simbus as innovative, whatever their gender.
Let's all help build and develop our place, because Papua New Guinea is a really beautiful place.
From Gembel to Shoawe, another district to the east, this is Mount Erembare. Nowhere near Mount Wilhelm in height or international standing, but at its base is the origin of a world-class product, Congo coffee. It's Papua New Guinea's exporter of premium coffee. A valuable industry for Simbu and the country is the result of the work of one man. His effort reaffirms the description of Simbus as ingenious. A former teacher, Jerry Kepka, entered into the coffee business in the early 1990s, buying quality coffee from all the highlands coffee-producing provinces and processing them here at his factory in Shoawe.
Especially in Simbu, you see, coffee is the only crop that puts money to our people's pocket. And we put money direct to anyone who's prepared to work. And the money has impact on their lives just, instantly. That is why, you see, I'm still in coffee, because I can see the impact of the money on the lives of the people. It makes a difference to the lives of our people. It pays for school fees. It pays for clothes. It pays for, it settles all the disputes in the communities. It pays for compensation and, pays for bride price. So it is you see, very, very important. That is why I'm just stuck in coffee, because, it's so important to our people.
Today, he is at the top bracket of coffee exporting. High-grade premium coffee from Papua New Guinea is now in many countries in 5 continents. But here is where Jerry Kepka of Congo Coffee sets apart from the rest. The factory near the Highlands Highway does not only process cherries for export, but new equipment have been installed to roast high-grade premium coffee for the local market.
And roasting coffee, like I said, is a thing that we do. It's a contribution that we want to make to PNG. Because we've been exporting, we know what our coffee is like compared to other coffee producing provinces, countries in the world. Our coffee is in a very top, quality class. That is why, as local people, we are saying, look, I think we should roast our coffee because it is world class, and make it available to our people. Because when you have the best, you have to have it yourself before you export. That's the commitment we have. So that is why our roasting, you see, we try to roast the very best. We only select the best from our big range of coffee, and it goes through a lot of through a big process. We select all the coffee, parchment coffee, carefully select, and then we put it through our machines. We have the coffee, we make green bean, And the green bean is also selected again. We grade it, we make sure we have women who are doing hand sorting, and it goes to our, we have very advanced machines called optical sorters in there. They sort the coffee and just give you the very best. And then the women check to ensure that there is no, do the final and last check. And this coffee goes to our roasting factory. Once it goes to the roasting factory, you see our manager is also highly qualified, food tech, the experienced person. So he's himself and his team ensure that the quality is right. They do a further check and then they roast. After roasting, they do one more check to ensure that there is no defect and no bad beans in there. And then that coffee is either packed into whole beans or ground coffee. And then it goes to the supermarkets. And we want our tourists to take this away. Because when tourists come into Papua New Guinea, they know that Papua New Guinea grows some of the best coffees. And we want to give, confirm the thinking they have, good coffee is grown, so we want to go drink coffee, very good coffee. That is why we want our coffee to be in hotels and in other places where they're serving coffee, because we have selected our best. So when it comes, when you're making the coffee, they will say, look, I heard about it, and now I'm having it, and it is really good coffee.
This is Kundiao town, the headquarters of the Simbu province. The Highlands Highway runs through the town, ensuring access to people from all over the highlands. The districts of Simbu are also linked to the provincial capital, except Karamui Nomane. Kundiao also has an airport. The runway is in the middle of the town, a challenge for any pilot with mountains all around, making landing and takeoff a real test in pilot skills. The town is packed almost every day. People come from everywhere for business, visit friends, seek medical or government services, do banking, shopping, or buying and selling at the popular Kundiao market. A variety of foods, fruits and vegetables are sold at the market. Other services include various categories of accommodation meeting all budgets, from guest houses to lodges to hotels. One of the major landmarks of the town in recent history is the grave of the late Sir Yambaki Okuk, a flamboyant Highlands leader who became a deputy prime minister in his political career. As the then regional member for Simbu, he also ensured that Air New Guinea flew Dash 7 aircrafts into Kundiao. On the other side of the runway is the Sir Joseph Nombre Memorial Hospital. Sir Joseph was not a politician, but as a diplomat who represented Papua New Guinea in Japan for several years after independence, he orchestrated the construction of what is today the Kundiao Provincial Referral Hospital. The hospital has been the breath of life for many patients, living up to its mission statement. Not only does the hospital have some of the fundamentals of medical equipment, but medical specialists as well to use and treat patients. Among them are Dr. Gad Nasser, the senior medical officer specialist in gynecology, and at least 2 other fields.
One way is for wash, to push the fluid inside, and the other way is to absorb this fluid inside.
Then there is Father Jan Jaworski, a specialist in general surgery.
And we operate with great success.
Dr. Raymond Saulip is the acting head of medical services.
That's how we organize it. I mean, there's a massive of things that we can do here.
And the Chief Executive Officer of the Simbu Provincial Health Authority is Dr. Francis Wandi.
Our main one is bone surgery, or also called orthopedic surgery. And under orthopedic surgery, all the difficult bone cases or bone diseases that that's including fracture and cancer and those affecting the bone are dealt with here. We've got Father Jaworski, who is our head of surgery here, supported by Dr. Urakoko and Dr. Saulip, who are specialist doctors in surgery. The other specialist service that we provide here, also in orthopedics, is spinal surgery. So we in the country we have high incidence of TB of the spinal cord, and that affects the bones, and we have surgery to also correct that defect or that disease bone in the spine.
Reaffirming Kundiao Hospital, ticking all the boxes as a medical tourism product, Dr. Wandi welcomes patients from all over the country.
One of the things that we've sort of realized also by with many of our patients coming in from outside of Simbu is that our patients coming in into Guinea Provincial Hospital and accessing our curative services are bringing economic benefits that we, as part of health, are not conscious about. But this is the spin-off that we are seeing in the province, especially for patients and guardians and relatives from outside of province coming in. They are coming in and they are having access to our hospital facilities. At the same time, the economic benefits are also seen. So for those who are coming in and require accommodation outside our guest houses within the town and around the hospital are being used for accommodation. And these patients are going into town, buying our local crops at the market, our food at the market, also accessing the stores within town. They are so they are bringing extra benefit into the community. Not only that, but some of the patients, especially the guardians, have come in and gone up to use the opportunity to climb Mount William, and that is something that we've seen, and we'd like to encourage that, because in a way health is becoming the conduit for bringing tourism into our province.
One of the remarkable stories of quality in medical services and patient recovery involves Rachel Piyush, an 8-year-old girl from the New Ireland province. Born deformed and could not use her arms or legs, she is not only able to walk today, but can play games on a mobile computer using her toes, something others take for granted using their hands.
We saw that there was this young girl that has hope, that she wanted to be someone in the future. And just because she couldn't move, that shouldn't stop her from sourcing whatever the best available sort of care that she can receive. And that's how we tried a few things, and slowly but gradually, with the help as well of the physio team and a few procedures done here surgically, slowly but gradually she went from just moving on a bum to now she's able to walk.
Rachel comes from Lihir in the New Ireland province. The cost of her travel and treatment at the Kundiao Hospital is met by Lihir Goal as part of its community service. This is one of the mysterious cultures of the Simbu province, practiced by the Mindima people. The skeleton dance is an elaborate artistic procedure where a person's body, painted into a corpse, comes alive. The walking dead has a number of purposes in the Mindima society. It's a cultural activity today, but developed from a serious beginning. In the early days, the walking skeletons were created as a weapon to scare off enemies in tribal conflicts. Also, and as with many other Papua New Guineans who normally are fearful of ghosts, the Mindima people painted their bodies like ghosts to repel ghosts.
And one plus story where Emol Mibla ancestors from Mibla believe in this land, I like in this story. Now you looking for some this ghost where Mibla working this something where ghost them now Mibla looking law. So now all skeleton design we exactly we am also having people again and all boys now all having now like team like this. Now design blow Mibla I'm stop la tail globalus. Now by looking for some tail globalus by looking this design is stop and Mibla tasol and picks up Mibla tasol is stop.
The skeleton performers become the central attraction at the Mindima Tourist Promotion Center, where a number of other Simbu cultural activities also take place. Between 1,500 and 2,000 tourists, overseas and from within the country, visit the center each year. Cultural attractions are very loud in Simbu. Unique natural features like Mount Wilhelm, the Kagasugul whitewater rafting, the V-shaped valleys are in themselves attractions. Combining all of those, Simbu is a tourist destination like no other. The Tourism Promotion Authority office in Kundiawa and the provincial administration know they have an industry at the threshold of taking off.
We have a lot of potential. The only problem that we have is the fact that we were not able to coordinate the operators in a central location. And for us to go forward, I want to give assurance to our operators here that we will have to support the office that we are creating now. And when we support that, then we will mobilize all the operators, and then we can coordinate the operations in a central location. So this is what exactly we are trying to do now. We are increasing our support to the office, and then we will coordinate with operators, and we will organize tourism activities in a central location, and that will enable them to market their products.
Me, Alphonse Kawage, Papua New famous artist. Tourism, me engineer belum di province. Now yet me tourism bahasa me bos belum ni kam, rawan ke me belum walk kam dispa. Me got people hand mag inside the province. I almost around 36 guest houses now. Purudlumi inside the province. Through Kawage.
The Simbu are also known here and abroad for their colorful and elaborate body ornaments. It's their cultural fingerprint as they proudly don on their bilas, and behind every bilas outfit there is another story, often shaded by color and beauty. It's the story of plants and animals, how they are intertwined in a relationship with nature and culture to give the Simbu that perfect picture. The festive phase as Papua New Guinea celebrates 45 years of independence. That has been the Simbu province on a million different journeys. Happy Independence Anniversary. Next week we hope to bring you the East Sepik province. Keep an eye out for that. And thank you for watching this. Bye for now.